Hello friends and welcome to 10 Points Under, where your friends can be green or blue as long as you're a big old dragon. This is Big Bullfrog, and joining me today for the third time is Heroscape Melee Player All-Star. It's Matthias Maccabeus. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, I'm super glad to have you on again. I'm really excited to talk about this game too, because I don't know, I'm just excited for this game. This will be a fun one.
Yeah, just we were talking a little bit beforehand, and just looking at it, the armies look fairly even. I couldn't tell you which one I would pick to win necessarily just by looking at them.
Yeah, same. I think we'll take some good play from both sides, but yeah, just to jump into that really quick. This is a game from the ScapeCon Prep tournament that they did a little while ago. So it's a reverse the whip tournament. It was a live game, so it was unlike usual online games. It was like one of those timed games, so it goes a little bit faster. And yeah, so reverse the whip. This is one of the straight rounds. They're playing their own armies, and we've got a couple of good ones coming in. Got Chris Perkins up here in the north. He is running Krug, Mimring, 3 squads of Arrow Gruts and 2 squads of Greenscales. And then in the south, we've got 5 squads of Hornskull Brutes and Sam Brown being piloted by Heroscaper2010.
And as we mentioned a little bit earlier before we started recording, the only initial thought I really have, other than I'm not really sure who will win this, is these armies just look a little strong for reverse the whip. At least for what I'm used to. I'm not sure, I guess, what the online scene, it could be different than like Gen Con, or even I was looking at some of the ScapeCon stuff that came through, and those were really weird, hodgepodgey.
Yeah, they were.
I don't know what word to use. Like, I think they called it, what do they call those? They call them
the splash armies.
Splash armies. Yeah, to me, I would have just taken some Wolves of the Drew or something. But anyway, yeah, it's just, yeah. So anyway, these armies look way stronger than that, but maybe that's just the way that the online guys play. I'm not 100% sure. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, for sure. And there were a lot of stronger armies, I think, at this tournament in general. But again, just like we mentioned, one thing that we mentioned earlier is, like, especially for a Chris Perkins army, usually got the Chris Perkins pod going on, and he's got this kind of hybrid Arrow Grut Greenscales Mimring build going on, which I do like to see. I think it's a cool build. It's just not something I would have expected.
Agreed. It is really odd to see Chris Perkins without Raylan.
Yeah. And at this point, well, no, this is reverse the whip. I was gonna say Marrow Warriors, but I guess you don't really want them in reverse the whip. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm a big fan of Hornskull Brutes. They're like one of my favorite squads, just units overall to play. I love Barge into Battle. I think it's a super fun power to just puzzle around with. So I'm really excited to see if these Hornskull Brutes can just show off. I just like to see the Hornskull Brutes show off. I'm biased. I'll admit my bias. All right, yeah. So with that, hoping to see a lot of good things in this game. We'll go ahead and jump into it and let the players show us what really happens.
Okay.
Hornskull Brutes starting off the action.
Getting up on height instead of getting on the road. Interesting.
Yeah, I'll be honest. That's actually, I don't know, a mild anecdote, I guess. Since I've been looking at a lot of maps lately, I feel like I've been using road less and less in my games recently. And I don't know if that's correct necessarily, but I tend to go more for high ground.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he could have got. Whoa, geez. 31, wow. And he's already shooting.
Yeah, that's a start.
That's a dead brute. Yeah, I could see he's moving the Greenscales out first because they probably build a better screen than the Arrow Gruts do. I wouldn't be surprised if you've got 2 order markers on the Greenscales to get that screen built. Chris really likes to build a screen and then sit behind it and shoot.
He does.
There's a guy on the road. Yeah, because Mimring is the real only threat in this game, to be honest. Because I mean, Greenscales, they'll be a pain in the butt when Mimring's involved, I guess. But Arrow Gruts or whatever, and then I think Hornskull Brutes can take out Krug fairly easily.
Mm-hmm.
They hit 4 attacks a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and Chris has really got to keep them off of Memory. 2 on Arrow Gruts, huh? Looks like who's in the South? Heroscape guy or Heroscaper?
Yeah, Heroscaper2010. Yep.
He's doing a good job as of right now, keeping those guys spread out so Memory can't get a nice shot.
That is another thing I like about just like the armies going in, or I guess that I like on his part, is that Hornskull Brutes I feel like can play into Mimring really well, where they're a lot more flexible with movement, don't need to group up.
And even one thing that you want to do sometimes maybe is like try and tempt him to, you know, I mean, maybe you will put 2 guys in a row just
Oh, yeah.
see if Memory will be screwed up close enough just to get them, and then you can run in, you know, for a rush. But Chris is a pretty patient, smart player, so I'd be surprised if Chris fell for something like that.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, just shooting.
He's not moving Memory. Might as well. I mean, if you got 8 range, like, and V roll 0 shield, hey.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Work out for you. I am curious to see how he uses the Arrow Gruts in this game. If he's, I mean, I'm guessing he probably just uses them to also screen in this matchup, because you're not really hoping they'll pick off much as far as damage goes.
Yeah, I can see maybe as some glyph grabbers. Not that loading's super relevant. But well, how many Sam Brown, like how many hit points does that guy have? I actually don't think I've ever played with him.
He's got 4 life.
Okay, so the wound glyph isn't super. It'd be really good against Hornskull Brutes, but
yeah, Sam can soak that for a good little while.
yeah, so I think you got to pull Mimring down a little bit if you can. Like I wouldn't just put another guy on the road. Like Mimring's eating those last 2 guys on the road, or I guess the other guy wasn't. Was he on the road? The other guy?
Not yet, I don't think, but he was making his way to it.
See that brute that he just moved up. He can get engaged with that Greenscale. Because I'm assuming the Greenscales are his next order marker. I'd be super surprised if they're Arrow Gruts. But if I was Chris, I'd want to develop that screen a little bit more with the, Greenscales. It'd be interesting to see where he's going. Because he can, that Arrow Grut, or not that Arrow Grut, crap. That Hornskull Brute on, I guess, if north is the top on the left side, or on the west side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You want to get that. I'm not sure if Memory wants to go for him or if Memory wants to jump back to the start zone and kind of hit that brute that's on the road. That's advanced farther. Yeah. That's what I would probably do. But Chris is. I guess that if he misses, that leaves the Greenscale can engage and still be within 2 spaces to get the boost. But if he doesn't kill the Greenscale, or the Greenscale doesn't kill the brute, I think the brute can walk around and hit Memory. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, from high ground too.
Can you get it? Oh, can you get up there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah. Oh, but it doesn't matter if he whiffs. Yep. All right. Never mind. It's a good move if it works.
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think so. He can't get any brutes over there. Chris is going first with Arrow Gruts. I guess, yeah. He can't get any brutes on that left flank or that west flank. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I don't think he can get anybody over there.
Yeah, not without. Okay. Shot into the start zone, looks like.
Yeah. Ouch.
Yeah, that's her. Mimring showing up.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can get one guy. That one brute by the tree can get to Mimring, right?
Or that goes up to
5, 6. No. Okay.
Yeah, not quite.
Okay.
And Arrow Grut taking Wannick too, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm not sure what else Arrow Gruts are going to do
Mm-hmm.
much.
And it's just try to be a body in the way.
Yeah, Chris. If you see what Chris is doing, he's got that whole ruin locked off
Mm-hmm.
on that north side. He's really protecting Mimring. Oh, he did get a shot off somewhere. Oh, the guy on the road.
Yeah, just a couple shots there.
Okay.
Heroscaper's gonna go for a hopefully
Is
easy
that a
kill.
Greenscale or Arrow Grut?
That one's an Arrow Grut.
Okay. He doesn't pressure Mimring over there though. I just if he's
Yeah,
not
that could be
pressuring Mimring,
trouble because
yeah, yeah. That nobody can still like Mimring is still safe next turn. Like
mm-hmm.
I don't think anybody can get there.
Yeah, Mimring's just 11 life right now if he's getting to just
Because
pick
if you
off
kill,
guys.
I think if you kill Mimring, I think you have a huge chance of winning the game. If you don't kill Mimring, you're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like that's priority number one. Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't want to give a bad position, horrible position. So I don't know if I would just jump up to level 3 height there around the tree or what. But he got one attack on a Arrow Grut. Is that all we
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
done?
just one attack on an Arrow Grut up here in the north.
Yeah, so he could just drop Mimring back.
Or forward.
Whoa. Okay.
This is
This is Chris feeling really confident
yeah.
because like this is how Chris loses the game too.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. I guess those okay.
Okay,
How
hits
many
the
guys can
2.
get to him? Yeah, with 2
Kills the
skulls, 2
forward
shields.
one.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
1,
Still
2.
get
He can get 2 Arrow Gruts next to him, or he can get 2 guys next to him, right?
yeah. Or well, let's see. One. This one can't quite make it around to the other side.
Oh, he can't get to behind the tree.
No, there's this
1,
little
2,
bump
3,
in the
4.
way.
Oh, okay, okay. It doesn't matter. He
Blocked
covered it
off, yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, this is like the most aggressive I think I've ever seen Chris take a game, but I mean it's been working out for him, so just pushing his
Mm-hmm.
advantage.
I mean, the brutes hit so hard. Like if it
They
was only
do.
3 attack dice or two attack dice, maybe I would. I'd even so the guy up north on the road. I'd probably. Oh, that's a double disengagement, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's a double. Otherwise, I mean single I'd
It
probably
was a
tempt it.
single. Yeah. What was he gonna do with the third one? Did he move 3 or did he only move 2?
He's only moved 2 so far. He's considering this guy, but I'd probably just
Okay.
move one of these guys to move up Barge, get some board development. Well, I guess Barge isn't
And this
necessary
is
now, but
this is Chris's second order marker or first order marker.
that was his second.
Okay. So the next one's obviously got to be on green scales again. I would think. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember looking at it earlier, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2 and 2 again. I'd imagine 3 is on green scales if he's making this push with them. Oh, that's a big block.
oh,
Man.
okay. Is Mimring on height?
Yes.
That's a 3 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And then only rolled 1 skull with the 5 attack. Okay, for the guy on height.
Yeah, which also hurts.
Disengage. That's a good. Yeah, that's a good move.
Then,
Yeah, that was really aggressive to put him down there to begin with.
mm-hmm.
Especially those brutes can hit so hard.
Right, yeah. I mean, 3 skulls coming in from that one. That's a very, very timely block. And Mimring's just roasting and roasting this game.
Yeah, I don't think she's rolled lower than 2 skulls. when I play Mimring, it's like 0, 1, 0.
Exactly.
Not that I play Mimring because it's a ranged character, but this is what I've seen.
Well, and I also think it's just science that the more figures you try to burn with Mimring, the less attack dice you get.
Yeah, I think it's actually proven. They've proved it in a lab before. Okay, so is that 2? Are those both Greenscales engaged to that guy up north?
Yep, so those are both Greenscales.
Okay.
Then third one there.
Okay. So we can still get one around. Or can he not get all the way around?
He could. Looks like he's going for even ground on the Greenscale, which I don't know. I'd probably just go for Mimring.
No, 100% you go for Mimring. Okay, 2 skulls, 0 shield. Who?
So
what did I miss here?
First one was.
Oh, the guy down south.
Yeah, there was another one down here. I don't remember which space exactly, but.
And then 1 skull of 4 dice, 1 skull of 4 dice. That's no fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it didn't matter. Shields were 2 and 3, but man, this is a quick game.
Oh, interesting. So looks like Heroscaper2010 was 1 squad down of Hornskull Brutes.
What? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
how many point army? I guess I didn't do the math ahead of time.
Yeah, I wasn't doing the math yet either. I know he started with 5 squads.
Which you should always do, like, you know.
And so I guess he was supposed to have 6. That makes sense, actually, because if you dropped a figure and the figure limit's 18, then you need 6 squads before you drop one.
Oh.
So that's nice.
And that looks like there's less. Yeah, there's less guys that have died. That's nice. Yeah, that is actually a really sportsmanship move by Chris. I know some people that wouldn't let you add them.
Oh yeah. I think it's totally fair to just say, yeah, pop them in the back of the start zone and.
Yeah, line them up in a row for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Then it looks like he's got less guys dead now too. It's actually.
Yeah, no, I was actually, like, right before that message popped up, I was gonna say that board state's not looking super great for Heroscaper2010, but I mean, not that it's tons better now. But...
Right. Yeah, if only Mimring would come a little closer, into the start zone.
Yeah, taking that initiative. Mimring.
Yeah. What did he have? 2 and 2 again? I gotta imagine it's Greenscales.
Yeah, those Greenscales have been working really, really well as a screen for him. So.
Yeah, he could jump down there and roast 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like he could jump. I guess that would be low ground, but he could jump right by Krug. Can he move there?
Oh, 1, right there. 2, 3. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. He just like comes.
Yeah, and then toast those 2 guys. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Oh, see, that's the Mimring I know.
Yeah, there he is. His Greenscale backup dancers. Okay. All right, Hornskull Brute defense finally kicking in.
Hornskull Brute's decided to start blocking. So he got that one in Mimring that can get even ground. No, yeah, get even ground. You got that one just north, tied up with 2 Greenscales, and he's got this one still on the south, tied up with. Is that a Greenscale he's tied up with?
Yep, it is.
Yeah, I'd probably advance the guy from the. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Barge into battle. I love it.
Yeah, little barge action. 4 on 3. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Oh, Mimring's rolling like a champ though.
Yeah. I need this Mimring for my games.
Did they roll for the wound glyph and I missed it?
That's a good question. I think they've actually been forgetting about the wound glyph now that you mention it, because I don't see any wounds on Sam.
I'm not sure how many. I think maybe they just missed it once. Maybe they missed it twice.
I think, let's see what, I think it was, I don't know. The rounds are kind of blurring together, but I think they've had it.
There
Oh,
he
there it
goes.
is. There it
Look
is.
at that. He just remembered. See? And they say people can't hear you through the screen.
I know, right? Advice from the future.
Oh, Sam's got 4 health. Yeah. Yeah, you said that earlier. How many points is Sam Brown? I don't even know.
He's 60.
Oh. 60 points from little range attack. Not too shabby.
Not bad, not bad.
Especially special attack. 4 life. Yeah, it's probably better than Zeta Crime. Oh, there's the zero shield scoring skull brutes again.
Yep.
We knew they were still around.
They can't let their fans down by not letting their, I don't know.
He's got, what's in the start zone in the north? Are those all Arrow Gruts still?
Yep, those are all Arrow Gruts. We've got,
Okay.
at this point, just these 3 lizards. Root. Yeah, that'll. Yeah, Heroscaper2010 has just been struggling to get attacks in this game. Like, he's gotten a few, but.
Yeah, because the brutes hit hard, but I mean, the number of attack dice he's rolled versus the number of attack dice Chris has rolled is probably 2 to 3 times less.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it is like part of it is he's kind of not really slow rolling. He's advancing a squad, he's engaging, they're dying. Then he has to advance another squad, they're engaging, they're dying.
Yeah.
Now, Mimring as a range is a little harder to do, but I think you can still do it if you spread them out right and then kind of have the background. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing. I guess the biggest thing that I probably would have tried to do a little differently is try to bring them up more as a group or slow roll them. Obviously, when Mimring was back on the west side behind that ruin, taking some pot shots, it's annoying, but I feel like it's better, even if you're losing one guy a turn, but you're moving up 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Theoretically, you'll block 1 here and there.
Yeah, like the times that I've played Mimring, I've loved sitting back with 8 range and just pot shotting because of how much it can get to my opponent.
Right. Yeah, I feel like this is Heroscaper2010 is definitely playing Chris's game versus Chris is playing Heroscaper2010's game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think, like, because I mean, when you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 brutes still in the start zone. Granted, 3 of those just appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're just kind of spread out here still. Like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of them still basically getting on low ground. You've only got 1 kind of somewhat in the action. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think slow rolling, going in a bit more like that would have been beneficial.
I mean, and that's typically how you're supposed to play melee as a general rule.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's very few circumstances where you shouldn't do that, but I'd say there's very few. There's not that many circumstances, I guess, that you probably don't want to do that, but there's always weird cases like fire elementals, and you can catch somebody out of Raylan's aura or something, but in general, you want to slow roll. So when you are losing a Horn Skull Brute a turn at Mimring, there's 2 more there to replace them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if that means your initial engagement, you're down 4 Horn Skull Brutes, but at least like if those next 3 die, there's 3 more to engage them, as opposed to like getting 1 or 2 attacks per turn.
Yeah, exactly. It's just been hurting for him to get picked off like this.
Do we know why he left the wound glyph?
Other than to get an attack of 2 down on a Horn Skull Brute, I am not sure.
Okay.
Which the wound glyph would have done anyway, so yeah, I don't know.
95% chance. Okay, so he finally wins initiative.
There you
But
go.
he's got to punch through the screen.
Couple good punches.
Yeah, 4 attack dice will punch through most things.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I still think, I mean, like, let's see, there's 6 brutes on the board. So it's not super likely that he's able to take out Mimring without losing more brutes. I mean, we're going to see 2 attack.
right, and then Krug will be able to. Krug only has to clean up 3 brutes. Krug can
Right.
clean up 3 brutes. Yeah, that's an aggressive placement, but I guess he can get those Greenscales, right? Oh, never mind. He just rolls 3 dice. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's just
3 skulls.
Mimring just does what Mimring has been doing.
He could have thrown those Greenscales up the screen for him too, though. So
Mm-hmm.
he had a backup plan.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with how Chris has been. I mean, a lot of these plays, like I mentioned earlier, this is probably one of the more aggressive games I've seen for Chris, but he has had those backup plans the whole time. Other than like the couple of times Mimring's been engaged, he's had contingencies for it.
Oh, well, you must have hide or something. He's adding another dice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, now we're down to what? 3 Horn-Skulled Brutes?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And none of them are anywhere near to do anything. And he won initiative. So Chris is going to get the last turn.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Yep. Move right. Oh, even farther back. I thought it would go. I thought maybe he'd go by the tree.
Yeah, I'm just get that next long range attack in. Yep.
2 skulls. He's rolled one. He rolled 1 so far. I think.
I think
The rest have
that
been
sounds
2 or
about
higher.
right.
Yeah.
Oh, even Arrow Grut's
Yep.
killing stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you're losing Arrow Gruts. I don't know what to tell you. It's like when your guy dies to a 1 attack rat. You feel horrible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But Chris switched to Arrow Gruts. He's probably assuming that the Greenscales would have died by now.
Yeah, just taking that safe bet there. Good. Looks like Mimring's just going in for Sam.
Yep.
And we'll just
3
about
skulls.
toast him.
And he's going on the Wind Glyph. There you go. That's a good move. 0 chance with 5 dice.
Holy cow. Blinks, man. I feel like I can feel Heroscaper2010's frustration because I think he could have done more with the slow roll in this game, but also the dice weren't giving him any breaks either.
Yeah, I mean, Mimring rolled really well.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't roll super well defensively, but to be honest, I mean, Mimring's rolling well enough that I'm not sure it mattered.
Right, right.
Yeah, I think that's just, kind of what we talk about all the time on that what was it called? Oh, a podcast. That's right. Used to be this podcast that came out every once in a while. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. Casters of Valhalla.
It had a great run.
I don't know. Yeah, it did have a great. It was a good. Now it's archived. They're talking about they're talking about archiving it. Anyway, yeah, just I guess just the one thing that we talk about is just try to slow roll and kind of move in unison. Don't just throw one wave at a time at the bad guys, even though it's super tempting sometimes because you're just getting destroyed by
Mm-hmm.
a range unit, which is kind of what I think happened here. Was Mimring rolling really well? Yes. Were the brutes rolling defense well? No.
No.
So that didn't help either. But that doesn't necessarily cost the game either, though.
Yeah.
Because if we're continually putting pressure on Mimring by getting more than 1 attack every other turn, Mimring will fall. 3 defense, 5 life will fall to 4 attacks. But I mean, but not to take away, not taking anything away from Chris's. Chris played his game plan pretty well. I thought that engagement just north of the south start zone, where he kind of moved him up kind of pretty far, was a little dicey. I thought. He did have memory protected fairly well, but he still got a 4 swing on her, and then I guess Chris was just like, well, I'm going to disengage anyway. So maybe that was Chris's just like, well, we'll see what happens, and then I'll just fly away. So
Right, yeah. Like, I mean, that could have turned south so easily for him, but like it did work out. And I think honestly, like I mentioned, I think Chris was just kind of like pushing those advantages that he was picking up and doing a really good job of that. Probably a bit more risky than I would have gone with. Because you with 8 range you can still sit back, but I mean it just kept working out for him. So I mean, when you're riding the dice like that, or just riding your picks, I guess, just able to pick things off so well, it,
yeah,
I think it works out for you.
and I think he did have most of the time he had a pretty good backup plan with the
Hmm.
the green scales kind of coming up, and he actually did a pretty good job of not having to burn his own green scales.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
'Cause sometimes you're like, oh, do I take this shot? They're gonna hit one green scale, but I'll hit 2 brutes. Is it worth it? So I think Chris actually played that fairly well, from what I could tell. But yeah, yeah, that would be my synopsis was, hey guys, be patient and slow roll a little better. Yes, you're gonna lose 4 or 5 horn skull brutes, but by the time you engage, you know, 4 4s will kill, 3 4s, 2 3s, 1 1s, 4 3s. So
Hmm. Yeah, it's just looking
um
for that long-term consistency, which is really tough when when Chris is sniping you from 8 spaces away, and your early defense dice are failing you. It gets really hard to find patience
be
there.
patient.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Um
yeah, I mean,
but yeah.
and I think Chris played it really really well. I think he was playing his to his advantages, and Heroscape 2010, like, I mean, partially dice, but also, I mean, like, especially with Horn Skull Brutes, like, it's so nice to keep them together and just use that barge into battle
Mhm.
all the time.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, good game.
Hmm. Yeah, it was a good one. I
Unfortunately, the ranged team won, but that's all right.
Right, yeah, that's it's always sad to see,
I
but
guess he had. I guess he had Sam Brown, so they both had range. So it didn't
truth,
matter.
truth, yeah. In fact, it was probably karma for putting Sam Brown in his army instead of a.
Yeah, if he had done 60-point non-range unit of
Can't even think of a 60
Iskra,
point. Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
Iskra, yeah, should throw an Iskra in there.
Easy. Would have
Or
had it.
you're so good you play wretchets and just sit them. That is
I
something I
would
would totally
totally
do.
do that if I was running a strong enough army, but that'd be super fun.
Or yeah, an extra 70 points, you could put Hanamato in there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. And then you got
Game
it.
changing. Yeah, could have dropped a squad of brutes for that.
Should have. I mean, he was already sitting a squad earlier
100.
anyway.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm like, you tried it anyway. You might as well put Hanamato in there and drop Sam Brown.
Yeah, just
Probably could have won that game.
probably. I could see it. I think it would have happened.
Definitely would have.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
so 2 things you learn from this game: slow roll and play Hanamato Taro.
exactly, exactly. You heard it here. Well, not really first. I think you've been pioneering Hatamoto in a lot of places, but you heard it here.
Or a bunch of chain fighters. You could always try chain fighters.
There you go. I mean, they're the same point per figure as the Horn Skull Brutes, so
Exactly, and they have the same stat line, 4/4, but sometimes they hide in darkness.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
even better. And every once in a while, 20% of the time, your chain grab actually works, even though it's supposed to work 60% of the time. But for me, it's about 20.
it's about that's about how it is with me too. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's like barge into battle, except they come to you. So
Exactly. And then you have the Nikitas or Arkmer,
there you
and
go.
then you get some engagement strike action. Ah, anyway,
Reel them in.
yeah, that's one of my unlocks I want to do eventually. Is I need to just chain grab into an engagement strike. So
Now, if only those engagement strike figures didn't have range.
Thank you. Well, the what's his name? The big blue guy that nobody uses, the greater ice elemental.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I
Totally
mean,
forgot
because if you
about
have an extra 130 points and you don't want to bring Haramato for some reason, greater ice
it.
elemental.
Close second.
So
Close second.
it is. Actually, that's probably a true statement. Anyway, so yeah, sorry,
No,
sorry
you're
for
good.
tangent there.
You're good. You're good. I enjoy it. But yeah, thank you so much for joining for this game. This is a fun one.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And like I've said many times, appreciate all the work you do to for the community, putting these videos out. I know it's I know it's time consuming, but you do a good job of keeping the schedule up and keeping these videos coming out. Unlike other people that have other things like podcasts that are supposed to come out like somewhat consistent basis.
It's okay. It's okay. All podcasts have to die eventually. It's fine.
That's true. It happens.
Nah, it's I'm looking forward to the day that Mike lets me go on and tell Doc to his face how wrong he is about stingers.
Well, does Adam like stingers?
Oh yeah, yeah. In his new power rankings, he put stingers above Gladiatrons, Blastatrons. He moved Glad Blast down to an A minus, kept stingers at an A.
How does he? I have to play Adam again. I don't know if I've ever played Adam with stingers. Never used stingers. I don't know. He'll be able to know. He knows. He'll tell you.
I'm sure he knows. I'm sure he knows exactly how the game
Although
went down.
every like all the Mike's like, no, Ken, you played that in 2014 versus so and so. I'm like, dude, I don't even whatever. Like, I think Veggie was telling me one time that like, no man, like you played Wusagabe against me before and reversed the whip. I'm like, what are you? I would never play Wusaga. Then I looked it up and he was absolutely right. I was like, oh, I didn't even know I did that. So
You just kind of hit a point where all the games just fade away.
yeah, I'm trying. Like I said, I'm trying to play through the melee guys, the melee bonding. Like I said, I won a smaller tournament in Omaha a couple of weeks back with Wolves of Bedrew. And then I've got a couple I was looking. I've actually never played with the McDirks.
Oh, really?
Which is interesting. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I've never. I was actually looking through my tournament armies played the other day, and I've actually. What unit do you think I've won most tournaments with?
What unit would I guess?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so usually I would guess knights, but if you're asking, then that makes me second guess. Would it be okay? I know you hate range, but would it be Morrow Warriors?
No, it's actually Morrow Dividers. I've won like 4 or 5 tournaments with
Dividers.
them.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like I was like, yeah, I was like, whoa, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. So Morrow
That's
Warriors
cool.
might be up there actually. I think I know at least 2 tournaments I won with Morrow Warriors, but
And I just
yeah,
guessed
I
that
was super
because
surprised.
yeah, no,
But I've been
that's
playing, I've been playing tournaments for like 15 years, so eventually I guess it happens.
mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, speaking of tournaments, I hope everybody's got planning for National Heroscape Day next month. I know that you guys are doing something in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine the Peoria guys are doing something. I know Tree Town is doing something like through Osticon or something. I'm not exactly sure the details on that one, but it's in the thread of the National Heroscape Day. I'm actually going down to Columbia, Missouri, because Evantage is throwing something. I guess he's been doing that the last couple of years, so I'm pretty excited. I usually go up to Tree Town, but this one actually worked a little bit better for me schedule wise, so I'm going to head down there, and I'm actually going to take Paul with me, Garanex. So we're going to head down there and do that. And I know, I think maybe it's California. I saw we're even looking at maybe doing something. I don't know. I was just perusing the threads a couple of days ago. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if you guys feel safe to do that with everything going on, go for it. I know a lot of people are still kind of up in the air about COVID and stuff, but just make smart decisions about that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You guys know your life story better than I do, so. But if you're able to do that, I encourage you to do that. And I don't know do you know if the online guys are going to do something or not? That's not really my scene.
I haven't heard anything yet. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something, but they also might I also wouldn't be surprised if they like waited till like November-ish to avoid interrupting like live events.
Oh, that makes sense. I can see that. But yeah, if you guys are able to do something, go for it. National Heroscape Day has been a tradition for going on, oh geez, 16, 17 years, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. My first one
Yeah.
was 07, I think. Either 06 or 07. I think my first one was 07. So, and I know they've had them I think at least 2 years before that, if not 3. So, um, but yeah, so
A really healthy lifespan for that.
it really is. It really is. And then obviously, I think Michael's got some stuff up for his ScapeCon next year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm assuming everybody's heard that we've kind of backed off of Gen Con for the future. I do think Coach Muskie might be trying to run some stuff at Gen Con, maybe for like a day or something next year, which will be sweet. Jeter and I are gonna work with him a little bit in terms of setting some stuff up for that. But I think we're kind of moving towards ScapeCon as the main Heroscape big tournament, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But I think there'll still be Heroscape at Gen Con next year. So for those of you who are still going to Gen Con, you at least get a taste of that. So, but anyway, yeah. So get out there, play some games with guys if you can, or gals.
Yeah, people of all sorts, shapes and sizes.
100%. So
Yeah, I'm super excited for NHSD coming up. And yeah, I'm glad to see that the Gen Con scene. I hadn't heard that Coach Muskie was still doing stuff, so that's good to know that there's still going to be at least something going on there for people who enjoy Gen Con, and ScapeCon apparently was a huge success. So
yeah, to be fair, we haven't really fleshed out everything with Coach Muskie yet, but the interest is there, I guess. Just to be fair, the interest is there. So
yeah, because I know there was a good group of people at least who were I mean, like, I think everyone was bummed about the Gen Con scene, but like people especially who are going to Gen Con anyway and would like Heroscape there, so it'll be good to have something for them.
Yeah, I think the big difference with ScapeCon and let's say here like Gen Con or even like on a smaller level KenCon that we did is ScapeCon is all about Heroscape. And if you love Heroscape, that's great, that's amazing. But there are people like I love Heroscape, but I actually like at KenCon this year, I think we had 28 different board games represented that were played, and I played 21 different games personally. So like I said, I love Heroscape. It's still my first love, but like I also love like Too Many Bones and games like that, and I really want to play those as well. So that's what's nice about Gen Con. Like Lord of the Rings LCG. I'm actually going up to Con of the Rings here. I don't know when this video comes out, but at the end of this month, I'm going up to Con of the Rings to play Lord of the Rings LCG for 3 days straight. So
oh, nice.
up in Minnesota. So so that's the thing about Gen Con is that people that are kind of omnivore gamers, Gen Con kind of better for them. And then if you just what, I'm just gonna play Heroscape anyway, then ScapeCon makes more sense for you to do that. So
yeah, that totally makes sense. I feel like if I went to Gen Con, that's how I would be. I'd want. I mean, there's so much to see. I'd want bouncing around all over the place.
Yeah, it was quite the I didn't go this year, so I just saw some pictures and read some stuff, but yeah.
It'll future's always looking bright for Heroscape. There's always more good stuff in store. So
yeah, and I'm impressed with like the influx of people that we seem to be having. Like and it could be part of it is like I'm not as involved in the online. Well, I'm not involved in the online scene at all, but so sometimes like you're like, oh, who's this guy? And you're like, well, he's been around for like 3 years in the online scene. I'm like, oh, okay. But it's nice to kind of see them coming out and playing. And like I said, like you guys got a pretty decent scene still. Peoria's got a decent scene still. Like the Kentucky guys, I'm not sure how big their scene is, but I think they still do a monthly thing. And I think they're doing a National Heroscape Day thing as well, I think, if I remember. But yeah, so it's just cool to see that the game is going strong. 11 years post, no more product coming out, no more new product coming out. And then, I think 2004 is when the game came out, right? So that's what, 17 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's right. Man, that's a long time.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, like I've been playing since 06, and it's like, man, that's 15 years, and it's like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. That's a lot of games of Heroscape I've played over the years.
Yeah, it really is. I've been going over some of my old stuff on Heroscapers.com, and I'm like, man, I was a baby when I was doing this.
Yeah, I mean, now I'm just old. I was just middle aged back then. Now I'm an old man now. Well, what's cool though, like, you know, I've got 6 kids, and all my kids love to play Heroscape. I mean, granted, like really only 2 of them are old enough to really get great concepts and stuff. But like, you know, my oldest daughter comes with me to Heroscape tournaments. My son went to his first Heroscape tournament this last month, and he went 2-2, and he was ecstatic. I mean,
Nice.
I gave him Grimnack, so he should have went 4-0. But you know, so like it's just fun to see that the next generation is coming up and playing. Like a lot of my buddies, their kids play when we have game days, and you know, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was just, you know, it's just me, and you know, my daughter was too young to play. But now, yeah, like all 6 of my kids love it, and my 4-year-old doesn't understand about like when her guy dies, like her guy comes off the board, we don't cry about it, we just move on with our life. So.
Oh, that's great.
But that's a life lesson in itself. So.
Yeah, it is. It's good life lessons from Heroscape. Yeah. Thank you again so much for joining for this game. We've kind of talked a lot of things, but is there anything else that you want to share with the viewers that the viewers know really quick before we sign off?
I don't think so. I think I pretty much hit everything. Just be kind to each other, and I guess in this pandemic world, or post-pandemic, or whatever you want to call it, just understand that people might have different viewpoints than we do, but that's okay. We can still be friends.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I think that's a great message to sign off with. So with that, we will leave you viewers. Thank you, of course, for viewing. Remember, of course, what a wonderful world it is that we live in. And this will be 10 points under and out.